Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Assembly. If I remember correctly, last session I loaded this character up with a bunch of Molotovs so that I could finally complete the third bounty that's on my list. Kill 12 Screamers with fire. As it turns out, I've got more than the 2 remaining Screamers left worth of infestations out here. So what I'm really going to do with Creighton, I'm going to take him to all of these places, try to wipe out these infestations, keep them under control, and as a result, complete that bounty. And which of these cars? I guess I'll take this car. Complete this bounty, and then I'll go and swap my bounties out, because I've been sitting on the same bounties for a really long time. Let me grab some gas and a repair kit. I've been sitting on the same bounties for a really, really long time, and I kind of want to get to the last set, because there was one set of bounties that I remember were related to each other. I don't remember exactly how, but I remember I wanted to do all 3 at the same time, and so this might actually be time to switch over to those bounties. So I'm going to drop this toolkit in the back, just so that I've got it available in case I need it. And I've already marked the first infestation on the list. Oh, hey, look. Some juggernauts. Let's just pretend they don't exist and go this direction instead. What I can't see, what I don't know, what I'm not paying attention to can't hurt me. Wait, who's Ed? What's... Okay, fine. Looks like Ed's having a problem. Oh, there's a bunch of yous. Well, here. I brought more Molotovs than I need for the, for my main targets, so... Wait, who are you shooting? Oh, gosh, there's a guy on me. I feel like I'm kind of doing all the work, dude. Wait, what bloater? Dude, how many of these guys are there? This was not what I signed on for. Sheesh. What the heck? Okay, hold on. Here, can you do something useful for a second? No! Oh, I'm out of freaking... Wait, no, not that. Well, I got one of my Screamers. And now I'm on fire. Okay. Just, please, get me some stamina back. This whole deal got a lot worse once the Screamers started bringing more jerks to the party. Really? Yeah, that's what I needed. Okay, are we almost done here? This is not how I intended for this to go. All right, we're done. Hey, Ed, you want to give me a reward? You got to hold still, buddy. Oh, sure. Let's have some ammo. Great. Well, that wasn't what I planned to do, but I guess it'll work. Character's not in the best shape right now. Do I have... Okay, I do have a place to stop over here. So let me see if I can put my character in just slightly better shape to survive the rest of this trip. Good afternoon, Angel Babe 76. Okay, so while I'm going to go and do some boilerplate character maintenance, I actually got a question in my last stream. It wasn't a State of Decay stream. It was actually, I was playing Tunic. It was my second episode of Tunic. I had somebody in my chat who is not here right now, unfortunately. I think it was Elite Support Team. they had a question that was so specific to State of Decay, I felt like I really wanted to answer it during a State of Decay stream. So the question was, it was kind of twofold. He was asking about two different features that were in the original State of Decay that were not carried over into State of Decay 2. Which, you know, some players, when they're asking questions like this, the way they phrase it is, why did you cut these features from State of Decay, between State of Decay 1 and 2? And so the first thing I usually want to address is, and this is not how New Elite Support Team actually phrased it, but I kind of wanted to address that first, because a lot of times players will treat it as though features in the original game will just sort of automatically carry over into the new game. And that's really not how it works, especially when you're... Oh, see here, can I not... Oh, I don't have a doctor, so I can't make first aid kits. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, when we built State of Decay 2, we were building it on a brand new engine. Actually, a sequence of brand new engines. And so we didn't get any, like, there was no benefit to having done something already in State of Decay 1, except for just we knew how to do it because we'd done it before, but we had to do each thing again. And so particularly when it comes to content, things like, the first question that New Elite Support Team asked was, what about barricading windows? Why didn't we do that in State of Decay 2? Well, State of Decay 1, it was set up in such a way that every window just sort of had like a template applied to it, where, you know, you could just stick the same set of boards up in front of every single window. And some of the windows, it looked kind of weird. Some of them it didn't. But it was, they went with sort of one of the cheaper solutions to that problem, because, you know, it's a... I don't need two of these, do I? Store one of these. It was a small team. It was punching above its weight class, and everybody sort of accepted, like, oh yeah, you know, this is a small team making a fairly, you know, low fidelity game that's about something that most people aren't making games about, that does, you know, mechanically does things that no one else does. And there was a sense of, like, you know, it's okay if it doesn't look perfect, because what we're doing is providing this fantasy that mostly exists in the player's imagination. As we moved on to the sequel, in State of Decay 2, we raised the visual fidelity. Like, we were going for a better look, and sort of just a higher sense of production values. And that meant that that sort of templatized approach to barricading windows was not going to work nearly as well. I wonder if I can just... Oh, wait. Okay, there's the screamer. Hold on. Can I see it from here? Dang it. Come here. I just want to... There we go. So, I didn't kill the screamer with fire, but I was also really scared that it's going to be set off before I got there. So, I've got two other chances to get the screamers with fire. Main thing I want to do right now is figure out the most efficient way to kill all the zombies associated with this house. And sometimes what I like to do is just sort of run around and gather them up into a single horde, because then I can more efficiently use fire to destroy them. So for instance, if I make them all climb the same wall. Oh, gosh, okay. Well, also bullets work. No, I just used a... Dang it, I thought I had fire queued up, but I had painkillers queued up, and I just wasted some painkillers. Cool. Okay, there's still some other zombies here. Oh no, zombie threat at home! Guess we'll have to deal with that at some point. Okay, but we got that taken care of, so good. Anyway, so we weren't able to use that same templatized approach because... you know, we just needed to have a higher sense of fidelity. Like, each window is actually kind of different and actually kind of needs to be boarded up in a different way. And so the idea of doing it in a way that would match our production values for State of Decay 2, it was going to be a lot of individual work on individual boarding up windows cases. And it was going to be a much more expensive feature. And then at the same time... One thing we noticed was in State of Decay 1, people liked to board up windows because it would remind them of some of their sort of favorite zombie fantasies, but it didn't actually do anything. Like, the zombies would eventually come through the same window. It would just take them a little bit longer, and there actually wasn't much value to delay. Basically, all you could do is delay zombies slightly, but still have to deal with them in the exact same way. So there wasn't much to the mechanic that actually made it necessary. Oh, really? I just missed him, just barely. Stop. There, finally. You all get to catch fire too. All right, I've completed the bounty. Awesome. Now we just got to see if we can take out the right set of zombies to officially clear this place. There's one near here. There we go. Let's take this one out. Yeah, so between the fact that the feature got more expensive in the sequel and the fact that it actually wasn't a very useful part of the first game, like people liked it, but the game stop it. As we were making sort of our logistical decisions about what was going to be, really? Is there literally nothing I can do to get this zombie off the car? All right, well, now the car's in... What? What was that? I thought I'd taken care of that. Didn't I already shoot that zombie? Where the heck did it come from? Well, now I need to use cure, so cool. And now I also need to use... This is turning out to be a more expensive trip than I wanted it to be. I mean, I'm glad that I'm getting rid of my infestations, but come on. Also, is this guy going to get to me before I... Yes, of course he is. Anyway. Yeah, so we had to make a lot of hard decisions while we were building State of Decay 2 about, you know, what we were going to be able to get done with the time and the resources that we had. And so that made... that made boarding up windows just be sort of a real shoe-in for like, oh yeah, if we cut this, the game isn't hurt by it, hardly at all. And we get to save a lot of time that could be used to do other things, like make the rest of the map look better. So so that's what we did. The other question that New Elite Support Team was asking was about calling in characters to pick up rucksacks for you. Like, say, you know, you are scavenging... like in State of Decay 1, you could only carry one rucksack at a time. And so you could, you know, load up one rucksack on your back, and then you basically had to head home. There was not much else that you could do. You could pick up a few more inventory items, but that was it. And so State of Decay 1 had the ability to sort of call in another character to come in after you, an NPC, or somebody you weren't controlling at the time, to come in after you and pick up one more rucksack from the same building. And so it kind of doubled your capacity for being able to bring home rucksacks, which made it a really, really valuable feature. But later on in the development of State of Decay 1, particularly while we were working on Lifeline, we realized that, you know, Lifeline had a lot of really, like, much more dramatic travel times on this urban map that had a beltway around it. So everything you did involved, like, getting on the freeway and taking a really long trip. And the idea that you would sort of drive to a location, pick up one rucksack, drive all the way home, drop it off, go back to the location, pick up one more rucksack. It was really rough. And also, NPCs traveling in Danforth was problematic because they had to run up onto the freeway and then run down the freeway and then run back to another place. It just kind of looked absurd having characters running around. And so we came up with a different solution. That was when we added vehicle inventories to the game. And we put in the option to load up your vehicle inventory with as many rucksacks as could fit. And so you could, instead of just carrying one rucksack at a time, or two if you brought another character, or invited another character, you could bring 6 rucksacks home from any given place. And then, you know, in State of Decay 2, you can carry up to 9 in some of our vehicles. There we go. That's all cleared out. And so, because we went, you know, that original feature where you could call somebody in to travel across the map, sometimes creating, you know, missions where you actually had to rescue them because they got into some kind of trouble along the way, which was a giant nuisance that some players would complain about. And it would take forever to get it. You had no control over it at the time. Like, it seemed like it was ultimately a worse solution to the rucksack problem than letting you load your car up with rucksacks. And that would still be true. Like right now, if we were to add that feature into State of Decay 2, you know, you would have you'd have the ability to, like, drive a Vandito up to a building. Pick up 9 rucksacks, like a whole neighborhood, vacuum up 9 rucksacks in that neighborhood, and then have one person run down without a vehicle and pick up one more rucksack. it just didn't seem worth it for like the risk to that person getting stuck or getting in trouble. You know, the inconvenience of waiting for that person to go all the way down and all the way back, not having access to that character while they're on the trip. Like, there's a lot of downsides to that. And the upside of just having one more rucksack just did not feel like it was going to be worth it. And so we were like, you know, let's not add that feature into the game. Let's just say, give the player even more, I think the maximum storage from 6 to 9. And basically made it so that... Okay, I really need to stop attracting attention of zombies. Yeah, anyway, you know, made it so the players had a better solution than sending for people. And so that's why we made that choice. And again, you know, there's a lot of headaches involved with sending characters across the map. You know, a lot of things that can go wrong with that. And we just skipped all of those bugs that you would have experienced, that would have had problems with, by deciding not to do it that way. So, let's collect our lovely Hunter SKS. Let's collect our Wyvern. Let's grab some influence. And now we've got 3 bounties left. We've got kill 1 feral with heavy weapons. We've got kill 50 zombies with heavy weapons. And we've got kill 1 plague heart with heavy weapons. So this character does not have heavy weapons, but that's okay. Because we're about to go home anyway, because this character is out of bullets, not very happy. I feel like I should do at least a little bit of scavenging before I go home. What are we hurting for? I mean, we could always use some more ammo. I don't think there's a bunch of ammo around here, though. There are some materials, though. And some nothing garbage places. So yeah, let's head up to this neighborhood upstairs. See if we can do some scavenging without running into a ton of zombies, because we're not very well prepared for that. And then we'll head home. And that will probably be the end of this session, because, you know, I'm cramming this in between meetings. Okay, great. Let's just... Okay, good. He vomited instead of screaming. That means that he didn't attract any blow... Oh, crap. Feral. And me without a heavy weapon. Oh, there's a bloater. Cool. Oh, everything's going right. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted to have happen when I decided it was time to go scavenging safely away from zombies. All right, so I'm holding on to my weapon here. Okay, there's the feral. Crap, I've only got 1 bullet left. Yeah, oh no! Stop it! I thought I'd gotten far enough away from that guy. All right, well, you know what? I think this might actually not be a great time to go scavenging. I think maybe this character's in a little bit of trouble and just needs to stop. So, before I just get Creighton killed for no apparent reason, let's head home. And then, you know, there has been some activity in the chat that I haven't been paying attention to because I've just been in constant trouble this entire time. Oh, and crap, zombie threat at home. I was ignoring my siege, and now it's out of time. It's just going to cost me some ammo. Dang it. I like ammo. I wanted to have more of it, and now I've lost some. Well, great. Well, we'll head home anyway. Where is home? It's up here. Let's actually go this way. Let's head home. And now, and actually, you know, the problem that I was having with first aid kits, one of the reasons my character's in such bad shape is because I wasn't in a position to recover his injuries. One thing I should do is really focus on trying to recruit a doctor. I've been talking about needing to recruit a mechanic so that I could get toolkits, but I believe I actually accomplished that in one of my recent sessions. So I've got a mechanic, what I don't have is a doctor, so we're going to have to focus on that. Yeah, here comes another feral. Sweet. At least I'm at home with my friends. Okay, where is this guy? There we go.
Yo, I'm home.
All right. Real quick, let's deal with our equipment problems. Drop stuff off. The Wyvern You know what? Let's go with the Wyvern as our primary sword here. And then I don't have any bullets for this rifle. Do I have a better... Not really. I mean, okay, I can give him a shotgun and then give him some more 45. So basically, treat his primary treat the Echo S6 as being his primary silenced weapon. Oh, hey there, Guillermo. And then let him resort to a shotgun. We should switch to Myron, our newest recruit. Get him all set up. And let's see. Yeah, so we've got this lovely sided MK3, which I like, but I don't have any 22. And wow, okay. And I don't have the parts. I'm just really accustomed to my... Wow, I just used all my parts repairing that other thing. I had no idea how few parts I had. Well, I guess we'll grab him this M1A. Oh, wait, no, because that even... No, that fires 7.62. What do we have bullets for? Almost nothing. We've got 357 and no guns that fire it. 5.56 and no guns that fire it. 9 mil? I mean, I guess? Wow. This community is not in the best shape, I'm learning. So I guess, yeah, we'll just stick a break on that and tell him, please don't use this gun most of the time. And then what do we give him in the way of weapons? Oh, you know what? We've got 3 big old shovels. And I'm sorry, we don't need 3 big old shovels. So we're going to lose those. And we've also got a brick hammer, 2 beetle mallets. Yeah. We don't need 2 beetle mallets either. Let's give this guy... Oh, while I'm at it, yeah, I'm gonna weed through a bunch of this stuff because we are so low on parts. And honestly, we do not need all these weapons. So I'm mostly just getting rid of duplicates right now, which is just more of an obvious choice that I can make quickly. And then... Okay, so we've got... I don't know if I want to take this guy out fighting Plague Hearts. Because I'm about to say the Beetle Mallet is probably my best bet when it comes to wanting to be really effective against Plague Hearts. But, you know what? If I am going to play him in my next session, maybe that is the right move. So, well, but... Yeah, I think we're probably good there. Okay, so this guy's all equipped. Hi, what have you been saying, chat? Let's let's have a look. Okay, so Cogs is just complaining about something random in State of Decay 2. Saying, oh, good, so this thing that annoys me is not going to go into State of Decay 3 automatically because you build new games from scratch. Sure, yes, absolutely. You can assume that we will come up with entirely new ways to annoy you in State of Decay 3, Cogs. So Prime Extremo wanted to know, can we do an update with house and car customization? So when you say house customization, you're talking about like the ability to sort of make aesthetic changes to your base beyond, because you can build your base, you can build, you know, facilities in your base and stuff. But I'm assuming that you're asking for more like aesthetic customization, like decorating your house. So that is something we've talked about. It would be a big deal because we've got so many bases in the game right now. We've got an average of 7 bases per map and 5 maps. We got like 35 bases. Any big sweeping change that we made to bases would have to be set up in 35 places. It would take us forever. If we'd done it at the outset and had just eked it out base by base, you might not have noticed the difference in how much time it would take. But trying to build a feature like that from the ground up in a game that's already got a bunch of content already in it would be a big challenge. So I think, I mean, I'm not saying never, but at the same time, that would be very difficult to bite off. And car customization, people have suggested the ability to repaint cars, that would be an interesting addition to the game. And I agree, and that wouldn't be nearly as bad because we have already come up with all of the, a bunch of different colors of each car. And so that's not crazy. I guess it just depends on where it fits in our priorities. But that we actually do, I believe, have an idea card for that list, on our big stack of ideas. That is something we'd be interested in doing at some point. It's got to get in line behind other things that we've prioritized. Oh, Rochambeau wants to know how we reacted at Undead Labs to Phil Spencer calling out State of Decay 3 as a future game that he's really excited about. So actually, just in general, we've all been really appreciative of how much Phil Spencer has supported us. You know, like he seems to have like a personal affinity for State of Decay, the same way that I do. Like one of the reasons I work on this game is because I've got such a personal affinity for it. I love playing it, and that's actually kind of a rare and special thing. You don't, in the game industry, you do not always assume that you'll be working on the kind of game that you like to play. I spent most of my career working on games that I don't like to play at all, which was, it was still an interesting creative challenge, and I poured my heart into it. But it just wasn't the same as what I do right now, where like, every week I come out here and I stream my own game because I just love playing it so much, and because I get something out of it. I would probably be trying to do this anyway, even if I wasn't a huge fan of my own game. But since I am like one of the dead center players, like I'm right in the middle of the audience who I like everything that State of Decay 2 has to offer. It really makes it nice for me to be working on this game. And so I think that there's a similar situation going on with like Phil Spencer. He's over a lot of different game projects at once, but he seems to have a particular affinity for State of Decay, and that like is really sort of heartening for us. It makes us feel like sort of extra supported, by him as a leader, and so I think that's really good. So I'm grateful for all the times that he has promoted State of Decay, worn State of Decay shirts during public addresses, called out State of Decay as being something he's excited about. That really is a boon to our team. It really kind of helps us feel like what we're doing is worthwhile and understood by the company as being a good thing, going all the way up the chain. So yeah, we really love that when he does that. So the more he wants to say about how great our game is going to be, the happier we are. Dark Smoky asks, can enclaves heal themselves? I'm actually genuinely not sure. We do have rules that NPCs are able to use like bandages to heal themselves, if they get into trouble. I don't know how often Enclave members have bandages and whether they use them the same way. We made some changes recently, like I think with the Homecoming update, we made some changes to that because there were so many missions you were taking NPCs with you on. I don't remember if their behavior with healing themselves was specific to being your follower or if it was just general NPC AI. So I'm genuinely not certain right now what the state of Enclaves healing themselves is. But we did definitely learn in a previous episode with this community that Enclaves will sit there with a lot of blood plague on them for a really long time without doing anything about it. I ended up, the character that I just switched to, when I first recruited him, he was about to die of blood plague and had been sitting there about to die of blood plague. So Just Phantom Fine wants to know if I am ending the stream already. I am gonna have to, because I've got more meetings today than I usually do on a Thursday afternoon. So sometimes my typical Thursday afternoon has got a big chunk of time devoted to playtesting the game, and so that's what I do. I'll usually get on the stream and playtest my game for a huge chunk of my Thursday afternoon. But this particular Thursday, I ended up with a bunch of meetings taking up that time, and so I'm not gonna be able to do my usual pattern of just streaming a block of State of Decay 2. Instead, I'm doing a session now. I'm going to try to do another one later this afternoon. So actually, this is probably a good time for me to wrap things up. So there's a subscribe button, and I am going to try to do, like I just said, another session later this afternoon. So that one will go there whenever I've put it up on YouTube. So there you go.